Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? What's up, y'all? We are back for another Housewives event and a review. I know I'm late, but bitch, I was celebrating my birthday, okay? And we're not gonna get into all that. We're just gonna get right into these episodes right now. I'm gonna do episode 3. I don't know if I'm gonna do 3 and 4 together or separately. I'm gonna just figure it out as I go. Period. Alright, y'all. So the scene started with Britt and her family dynamic with Mike's family. Seems like they're very, very close, especially her and Mike's sister. Of course, she brought up Kenya again, trying to make something out of nothing, and she's trying to make Fetch happen. And Fetch just isn't happening. Like, girl, we see right through you. Like, at this point in the game. I'm trying not to jump ahead to episode 4, y'all, but it's really, really hard for me because that's where I really want to go. They brought up their discrepancies about how they want to have a baby and the ceremony and all that. And Mike is just like, girl, one step at a time. But you're trying to do a whole lot of, in a little bit of time. And I ain't with all that. You feel me? And then Britt also brought up her discrepancies with her sister since the passing of their dad. She said that, I don't really remember because it's been so long since I watched it. She's just like, since their dad died, she don't really talk to her sister like that. And she went into the whole thing of why she wanted to start the insurance company because her dad had a $2 million life insurance policy that their mom couldn't get because he was transitioning from one job to the next. He died in between and said she never wanted to let anybody feel like that again. And I can commend that. Okay, and the next scene, Portia and Kelly linked up for drinks. And I really like this scene because it's just like how me and my girls are when we not seeing eye to eye right now. We sitting down like, very that like, you got something you want to say to me, bitch? Like, girl, what's the tea? Like, very that. Portia goes on to tell Kelly that she don't really dig her like that because she seems like she has different personalities. And Kelly's like, well, girl, I might have different personalities, but you have different men, so we're one and the same. And it was just, they were kind of like reading it back and forth, and then they went on to talk about the dinner that Kelly and Britt had with Shamia. And Kelly's like, girl, I wasn't really trying to come off like that. Like, that wasn't my intention, but I just really wanted to know, like, girl, what's the tea? Like, so they kind of got through that, which was cool. Because you could tell they like each other. And I like them. Like, I like them as a duo or whatever. Not as a duo, but like, as you know, homegirls on the show. And I just felt like, you know, after Portia or the Hennessy Strawberry Margarita, you can't go, like, too far off from that because it's only good vibes from here. And Portia was just kind of confused as to, like, why would Kelly say that Shamia wanted her to address her at her birthday party? But they kind of got through that too. I like it. I like the dynamic of Kelly and Portia. Kelly's a young girl. She's younger than me, which kind of gagged me. I was like, okay, maybe I could be a Real Housewife next season if they hire the young girls. So yeah, the food looked good. Hold on, let's get into that. The food looked fab, okay? But then after that, the combo got real nice, nasty. It was cute. It was the vibe. I was here for it. I ain't mad at all. And then the next scene was Drew's studio session. Angela, Cynthia, and Kenya came. Angela went on to talk about how easy it was to like spy on Charles when they were living in the same apartment. She would just get cool with the concierge. Ask the concierge like, oh, did you see him last night? Was he with somebody? Da-da-da-da-da. That's very me about the situation. Like, I need to know all the tea. Like, you seen any hoes going to his apartment last night, boo? Thank you. What did they look like? Were they cuter than me or as cute as me? Like, let me know the deets. Then Kenya brings up Dennis and telling Drew, like, girl, you dead wrong. Like, you shouldn't do stuff like that. Like, you need to talk to Portia. And Cynthia went on to say how when Kenya did Life Tours On, she used Leon, which is Cynthia's baby daddy, and she said she made sure she talked to Cynthia about it. Baby daddies is off limits, girl. I'd rather you talk to the nigga that I'm dealing with now than my baby daddy. Like, because we almost blood at this point. We share a seed. Like, and Drew went on to show, like, text messages of her reaching out to Portia and them trying to reschedule and da-da-da-da-da. And Cynthia like, well, girl, you still ain't talked to her, so you showing me this message don't mean shit. Yeah, you reached out to her and she reached back and y'all made plans and they got canceled, but y'all still haven't talked. So let's call a spade, boo. And then Kenya gagged her and said, girl, people are talking about you like you're a whore. And Cynthia gagged like, ooh, not a whore, child. I mean, a hoe is cool, but a whore? Then she said a hoe is almost like a compliment. Cynthia, I don't know what part of Atlanta you live in, bitch. I don't like whore or a hoe. Don't call me neither one of those, boo. Sorry. Wrong doll. Wrong doll, baby. This ain't the one. Sorry. Don't call me neither one of them. Thank you. Drew should have been offended by that, and she shouldn't do the things to get her called a whore or a hoe. Thank you. Then there was the scene with Shamia talking about her two children. One has to get surgery, their tonsils taken out. And one thing about it, baby, I don't like to talk about the sad stuff too much. But when I say Shamia had greased that baby face up for the camera, I said, I know that's right. Y'all remember y'all mom used to take y'all to school and take the Vaseline and do this? It was very that. I wish the best for Shamia and her children and the many more that she's gonna have. Thank you. Okay, so then Angela got into like the drama with her and Charles. She brings up like a Knicks game that they got kicked out of in 2017. It was like super random, but the Twitter FBI came through for me. The Twitter FBI came through and get into this clip of Wendy Williams.
So I said goodbye to Charles, and then she came over and said goodbye, and she gave me a hug, and then she whispered in my ear, she said, "Can I tell you something?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Wendy, it's only a baby. Oh. You can work this out." And I looked at her like, has this ever happened to you? So she said, yes. I said, did you work it out? And she pointed over to Charles and said, yes. I said, well, then you're more forgiving than me.
And that's what gagged because when she was naming the kids, she made sure to specify which kids were hers, which kid was his, and then the kid that they have together.
We shared 4 beautiful children. I have Amari, who's 24, Avon, who's 11, Charles has Charlie Jr., and we shared Arlie, who's 7.
Girl, when he said, girl, that's not for me. Sorry, wrong girl. That ain't for me at all. Not one bit. And then Drew had the meeting with her divorce attorney. And Ralph did not have his lawyer at their last hearing, apparently. He was cross-examining her himself, which seems super awkward for a divorce. Like, I would want a lawyer to handle all my business like that. And then they can't come to, like, any final verdicts because he won't turn in any of his finances. All the finances he have been turning in are Drew's. So I don't know what Ralph hiding. I don't think he thought about this part of the divorce. Like, yeah, nigga, if you want this, and this, we need to know what you got, and got, so we can figure out how to divvy up this, and this. Like, that just makes sense, right? You trying to get one over on the girl. Like, that's late. But your confessional was cute. Drew's lawyer said that they're going to unseal the case, so they're going to know about him texting other people, him having a tracker on her, the girls that's been hitting Drew up and sending her messages and stuff. So I feel like it's about to get real messy in regards to Drew's divorce. And I can't wait, honestly. Because maybe she'll have something to talk about other than Dennis at this point, because I don't want to hear about Dennis from Portia. I damn sure don't want to hear about it through Drew Sidora. And I just can't. All right, and the next thing was Kelly's event at Balmain. I love Balmain. I love Olivier Rothstein. Kelly's that girl said it's her second event that she shut down the store for. And I know that's right. And the girls better come through and spend that coin. Thank you. I really like her. I love her 2-piece outfit that she had on. It was super cute. The funny part about the episode was Portia coming, and she was like, her and Drew share glam. So Drew found out that Artez, the makeup artist, hey Artez, that's my boo, that Artez had to do Portia too. So she took up most of the time. So Portia had to get her a real little light beat, which was still cute because, you know, Portia is that girl. She said, girl, she's taking with the hairstylist and my makeup artist, all of that. Well, Portia, if you need another MUA or any hairstylist, hit me up because I know the girls in Atlanta. Thank you. So just let me know what you need, boo. And start working with Alonzo Arnold again because, yeah. And baby, I am so tired of seeing Cynthia in these questionable wigs. This helmet wig that she has on with the shh. Like, it looked like an astronaut helmet. Like, I don't like it at all, Miss Bailey. I want to see Cynthia in a bone straight middle part bust down. 1B, maybe a 4. That, you know, that chestnut brown that she does from time to time. Like, but the helmets, absolutely not. You get you some Go Naked hair. Thank you. And then Britt goes on to talk about the charity that the event is for. It's for OI. I guess they call it brittle bone disease, something that her child developed like pre-birth. And she tells a story about how they didn't let her leave Baltimore because they thought that she was abusing her child, which is absolutely insane. But I guess she got an expert's opinion who put all that to rest and she was able to leave, which is great. I don't know much about OI, but donate to your local OI charity, y'all. And stop playing with Kelly, okay? Did I say Britt? Stop playing with Kelly. Yeah. It's all for a good cause, yeah. All right, y'all, so let's get to the good part. I wrote this down, okay? When Shamia and Angela get into their little one, little two, Shamia called Angela the one from the 90s with the retro nose. Girl. And then Angela says Shamina. And then Shamia says 99 nose. And then Angela calls her Flavor Flav, the hype man. And then Shamia says her nose is taken up for the 99 in the 2000s. Shamia, you said that girl. Angela nose taking up for the 99 in the 2000s. So now her nose up one of the hot boys. Shamia, you wrong for that. You was so wrong for that. And then she went on to call the girl Latoya Jackson and started making Michael Jackson references in her confessional. Shamia played too much. I'm done with her. Like, Shamia's very me, bitch. You go low, I'm going to hell. Immediately. With no seatbelt on. That shit was so funny to me. But after that, Shamia went to apologize to Drew about she felt like she embarrassed her, which is cute. I love that. Shamia don't look like she want to smoke with the girls, or she look like she don't want the girls to have to smoke with her because she would literally eat them alive. I wouldn't want to try Shamia, period. And then Drew tried to apologize to Portia, and Portia like, girl, I don't want to talk right now. Like, what you all in my face for? Where all this audacity come from? And then she turned around and Allison, Drew's sister, right behind her. Here's the audacity right here, boo. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, that was the quick episode. I think I would just get right into episode 4 on this one, too. Just get it all out the way so I can have it edited and posted tonight. Okay, on to episode 4 starts with Britt and Angela linking up to go for a walk in the park. Angela was discussing a disagreement between her mom and Charles about something petty like cleaning up or something like that. And Britt said that she can relate because of spats that her sisters had with Mike in regards to money and just like mixing your family with into your relationship. 0 out of 10 do not recommend, because if you mix your family and relationship, the only thing we hear are the bad things. We remember the bad things. He could buy you a house and all that other shit, but we only remember the bad things. So just leave me out of it, because no. Then Angela talks about throwing an event at the bank over the weekend that she's gonna have. She's gonna invite all the girls, which is cute. I've seen a couple of my friends go to the bank in Atlanta. So next time I go, I'm definitely going to have to go to the bank. Where is it at? In Buckhead or Bankhead, wherever it's at, one of them heads. And she said they want to talk to Shamia. She was like they got off on the wrong foot, which they did. It was just a lot. Like, you was rah-rah for Drew. She was rah-rah for Portia, girl. So yeah, like, it is what it is. Then Britt went on to say that Kenya was being snooty to her at Kelly's Balmain event. The scene shows Britt literally walking up to King saying hi. Britt got up and said, hey, pretty girl, you look like a Balmain Barbie. Is the snooty in the room with us? Is the snooty in the room? Like, I just can't with Britt. I really wanted to like her because she's such a gorgeous girl. But she just seemed like she's reaching every single episode, and I can't deal. Like, girl, what do you want from the people? It's like she watched the show and got a narrative of what Kenya appears to be in her eyes. And when Kenya didn't give her, like, the snooty, stuck-up type of bitch, she's trying to fish for her by any means. And she's still not getting it. And I'm just like, girl, it's not working. It's easier to be my friend than my enemy. Or is it easier to be my enemy than my friend? Which one is it? You just don't want to be on my bad side. Let's just say that. And I feel like King's the same way. Like, girl, I ain't did shit to you, boo. We just vibing and went, and she's getting on my damn. She's getting on my nerves. In the next scene, Shamia plays the music for her new music for her sister. I didn't know that Shamia was in a group with Carrie Hilson. She's working on her album with RHOA. If y'all don't know who RHOA is, R&B legend, and he fine. And then she continues to make, like, Michael Jackson noises in her fucking confessional, saying that she needs to apologize to Angela. Like, Shamia is a key. Like, she is literally reality TV gold. We've been waiting on her. And then in the next scene, Portia is talking to her team about rebranding her business. And I love how serious Portia takes her business. Like, she's adding to Pamper by Portia. She wants to revamp Go Naked Hair. She wants to do all this other stuff. And I like that. I love a big boss bitch. Okay? Pushing people. Thank you. I like that. I love a rebrand. It was just like a business meeting, so it's not much you could say because we won't know the results of the things until we see them. But I'm just happy that she's expanding her businesses, which is cute. I want to expand my businesses too because I feel like I bump on a log right now. Girl, and then the next scene is Drew But then Ralph got a confessional sitting there looking like a bad bitch with his chest out and his one chain. Y'all, Ralph is fine. Wreck It Ralph, Wreck It Ralph. But yeah, they discussed their divorce, and Ralph says that one of their kids brought him an article saying that he was a cheater and blah, 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 and a narcissist. And Drew's like, well, yes, like, that's exactly what you are. Ralph go on to do a tour of the basement and saying that all he want out of the divorce, he want his kids, want to make sure his kids is good. But he still hasn't given the judge his finances to do any of that. So like, I'm like, what is it? Like, what do it be? If you want to be divorced so bad, why not take the steps that it takes to be divorced and finalize it? I think he still want his wife. Thank you. You see how she blew up on this show. Now he want a piece of the pie or the peach. And Kelly's basically giving Kenya tips on being a black business owner or being a business owner, period. Like, I really like the tips that she gave her. I feel like you can learn a lot from Kelly. She's a lot younger than me, but she just seemed to have her head on a swivel. She's very smart. And I like that in her. Kenya went on to say that she spent all of Brooklyn's college fund on opening up the hair spa. And Kelly made sure she didn't feel bad about that. She's like, girl, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna get it back anyway, the ROI. It's a return on investment. Like, you're the Kenya Moore. The people are gonna come and show you love and support. It would have been better if Bravo pay her a full check. Cause apparently next week episode is her last episode. But Kenya needs to get paid for the whole season. And if I gotta go down to the Bravo, I will. But yeah, it just seems like they have a whole lot in common, which is crazy because Britt doesn't like Kenya at all, and Britt and Kelly and Kenya seems to be like this already. They like literally have a lot in common, and Kelly is dressed. She was so dressed in this scene with the two different showcase on. Excuse me. I like her. I like me some Kelly. I like me some Kelly Farrell, y'all. I do a whole lot. I do. All right, so the next scene, Britt links up with her sister to talk about sister stuff. They don't really talk like that. They haven't seen each other, and it seems like Britt's sister seems to be jealous of Britt and her relationship with her husband. Like, I never see you, I never spend time with you, blah, blah, blah. And I can relate to that because I do have a friend who disappears every time she gets into a relationship. But I've learned to just take it with a grain of salt because we want our people to be in relationships, we want our people to be loved. And sometimes they don't know how to balance the two, I guess. But I mean, that's her husband, so she's gonna be her husband. As he was calling her, like while they were there, like, girl, get your ass home. So, I don't know, her sister got very jealous and jaded. And I wasn't really feeling that. Okay, and the next scene was Drew's studio session with Dennis. I know when Portia sat at home and watched this episode, she probably went off the hinges. Cause like, she specifically said, if you show up on camera with any other of these housewives, it's gonna be a problem. You was on camera before Drew was in the scene. That's disrespectful. He's sitting there with his beanie on, his pot belly sticking out, looking 6 months pregnant. Like, that ain't cool. Dennis the hot dog man. And Drew's like explaining to him like that she can't really get in touch with Portia. She keeps wanting to sit down and have a talk with her, which she is. We see her trying to do that. And she's asking Dennis like, have you talked to her? Can you talk to her? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not bridging the gap between y'all. You are baby daddy. Like, but at the same time, y'all talked about it. She told you not to do it, and you still did it. Child, please. Dennis can kiss the blackest part of Portia's ass at this point, because I know exactly how she feels. But not exactly because I don't have no baby daddy or no kid or none of my friends trying to talk to him behind my back. But that would be so irritating, like, ew. Okay, so the next scene is Angela's event at the bank in Atlanta, and the dress code was supposed to be chic black attire. Kenya showed up in a green dress. But I feel like they thought Angela would be moved by it. She's like, nope, Angela, the cameras are rolling, and she don't want to look pressed, and I think she does like Kenya. So Kenya goes around the table, giving everybody hugs. So she goes to Britt, and she hugs her like this. And Britt's like, that was a shady hug, Kenya. And Kenya like, girl, I don't want to get no makeup on you. Me being one of the dolls that's always in makeup, when I hug people, I put my hand on their, whatever they're wearing first, and I hug them like this. To make sure my face hits my hand. Because I hate to get makeup on a bitch, and the girl clocking me like, and she, Britt is just, she's annoyed me this season. I'm over her. Shamia comes in and brings Angela a literal olive branch hanging out of a vial of olive oil, which is cute. I feel like they did get off on the wrong foot, and they was in other people's business, making them go back and forth with each other, which they shouldn't have in the first place. But I hope that they be cool for the rest of the season, because I want to like Angela, like she's a gorgeous girl, and that Wendy Williams tea. Now I'm just really intrigued. Like, girl, what else happened? Well, like, what did y'all do? What did he do that was so bad for him to get kicked out of the game when he played for the Knicks for 10 years? And you got kicked out of the Barclays Center. And then somebody asked Kelly if everybody bought stuff and how much did they make at her event. And she says, well, not everybody bought something. And she looks at Drew. And Drew like, bitch, I definitely bought something. So Drew goes to, I'm going to pull up receipts or a text from the stylist or whatever. But in the midst of her showing the text or showing the receipt, Dennis comes texting her. She's like, girl, it's in a group message. She's like, no, it's in a group message. And Portia just sent her like, girl, nobody cares. At this point, she's not talking baby dating. What does she do? Like, nobody cares, Drew. All right, and then Shamia goes on to play her new song that's out now. I think it's Never Had. The song that's out right now. And Portia kind of like shades her by telling her, like, girl, that's not you. That's not you. That's not your voice. It's not your singing voice. And then she was like, that's Drew. That's Drew. And then in her confessional, she said she thought that it was Drew because the song sounded good and she knows Shamia's singing voice. So are you saying that Shamia doesn't sing well? Flatline? Portia, don't piss me off. Because how you just gonna read your best friend like that? Maybe you didn't mean to say that. Or maybe it ain't. I don't know. Because it came off super shady to me, and I don't like that. Y'all better than that. And I had told y'all, if y'all got into it during this season and fell out, I was fighting both of y'all. Y'all was going to have to jump me because, no, do you know that's what the producers want is for y'all to get into it? Like, it's clear as day. And then they went around and played a game of asking, like, anonymous questions. Something about Charles came up, and Portia, like, oh, she heard something about Charles. He's real spicy, blah, blah, blah. And then a question is posed to Kenya as if she can talk nicer to Britt. And Kenya's like, I do talk nice to Britt. I can talk nice to everybody. And Britt's like, the question's not about everybody. It's about me. Can you talk nicer to me? And she's like, I do talk nice to you. Like, Britt was sitting there trying to make something out of nothing, and then she just started going off. Like, she's literally pissed off and going off. And Kenya's like, girl, I'm not about to be talking to peasants and shit like that. That peasant word sent Britt to another world. That girl started spiraling, her head started spinning like the girl on The Exorcist, like, and she just started flipping out, saying she not worried about no motherfucking Kenya. She got whips and pistols and shit. She calls her husband. Just a whole lot of. And you could tell everybody's uncomfortable, but nobody's really saying anything. They're just taking it all in. And it's just like, a lot of this, like very that. Now, what I don't get about all of this is whatever Kenya did, the next episode, the one that's coming up with the pictures where they're saying revenge porn or whatever, like, I feel like threatening somebody with firearms and whips is a lot worse than pictures of you printed out on a poster board from what we see so far from the previews. So I just feel like I wouldn't have fired anybody if I was the network. I would have just chalked it up as both of the girls are reading and they talking shit. Like, they reading and they talking shit. Period. Because this, like, Bravo is getting it right now all over social media. They are getting tired of a new one. Because absolutely not. No, ma'am. Like, they got the camera on her outside with her mic still on. Talking about, yeah, girl, I got guns and pistols and da-da-da-da-da. I will fuck her up with the Kenya, that ditzy bitch. And Kenya's like, yeah, we can go home, dude. You can tell she playing this, like, she can hear the girl. She right there. And as soon as she got in the car and pulled off, and Kenya's like, yeah, she's talking about she got guns and shit. And this girl gotta go. Like, let her do something to me. Like, let her do something so she can go. Britt is a liability, and Bravo needs to either add Kenya scenes back in there, add confessionals, add her solo scenes, like all of that. Because we just getting Britt's out of the story. I don't like it. I'm over it. I'm ready to see what happens on this next episode. Because Bravo is pissing me off at this point in my life. And I don't want to be stressed. Thank you. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video. I'm going to try to record it on time. And I'm going to see y'all. Bye.
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Ashley? Was it Ashley? Is it Cardi T? Where's the function? Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function?